you are listening and watching to a very special podcast. Alright, we're continuing on where we left off in Briar Devlin's point of view. And while in the city, she faces the mutas with her own crew, but then someone unexpected comes into their lives. Guess who it is? Find out. Let's start. In the city, it was quiet. Too quiet. Except for pedestrians just walking about. News from the big TV in the city. From above, of course. Making reports about natural disasters and such. But Briar had to be focused. The mission was all that required. Have you seen these mutas before? Ichigo asked. No, I don't think I have, Briar said, but I did hear they're pretty deadly. And if you guys aren't careful around these things, they say if you talk loudly or make any of the loudest noise, then, well, somehow they're going to snap because they hate loud noises. Explained Briar. Wow, I never knew that. And I said, well, yeah, I guess something happened to them to make them so sensitive to such loud noises. Briar said. So what do they look like? Aaron asked. Well, according to Silver's description of the mutas, they say they're very pale. They wear long, flowing white dresses. The dresses reach, well, the skirt of it reaches to the ankle, almost to the ankle, covering the knees. And they're very, very pale. And they got matching white hair. And their eyes are really, really creepy. And when they do get angry, like their whole body like becomes a light reddish color, and their eyes are just like red, and they're just, oof, it's creepy. I mean, their bodies turn reddish, but their hair turns black. It's not pretty when you face these guys. Now this frightened everyone. Rin was shivering and clutched onto Natsu. Oh man, this is gonna get crazy. I don't know if I can take these guys on without you, Natsu, Rin said. Hey, don't chicken out on me. I'm afraid of them too. They must be really deadly. Oh, come on. Why are you guys cowering in fear? Don't you guys know who you are? You, my friend, are the son of Satan, and also the one you're going to slay all the demons, and the Demon King himself. You are the great salamander. You're supposed to get fired up. Yeah, well, I don't know if these things are gonna get all crazy, Rin said. Yeah, I have to agree. How are we gonna face these things? I mean, is it true also Silver said they have unstoppable rage? It's like facing a lot of Ursas, Natsu said. Thinking about it just made him even more scared. Nothing's worse than Ursa. I mean, when she gets angry, I mean. Just then, Briar froze in her tracks. What's wrong? Kentucky said. Look, there's one, she whispered. Everyone turned, and they couldn't believe it. A muta. She was wearing a long, flowing white skirt of a dress. There was no sleeves. Her bare elbows were exposed. They were also white. Their hair was white, and also they had no shoes on her feet. Poor thing looked really sad. Very, very sad. But she looked around anxiously. That's Muta, Briar said. That's a Muta? Rin asked. Shh, you gotta keep your voice down. Okay? We gotta talk in a nice, calming voice. Okay? Briar instructed. Any loud sounds, they're gonna kill us. So, whatever you do not startle them with loud noises. Understand? Briar said. The others nodded, almost immediately. Okay, let's go. They tiptoed slowly. They were trying their best not to make the loudest noise. Suddenly got quieter once they tried to get closer to the Muta. The poor Muta was not noticing that they were walking behind them because it was just slowly wandering about. She sounded like she was whimpering, and she was looking around anxiously, like something bad was going to happen. Something horrible. Just then, something did happen. The others were trying their best to be quiet. And all of a sudden, there was a spitting sound. It was so loud. Suddenly, the Muta was reacting, and she was covering her ears. Then there was a loud boom, and the Muta tried her best to cover them. Oh no, Briar said. The others saw. They were soldiers. Muta, 10 o'clock. Attack it now, the soldiers said. They tried to fire their guns at the Muta. All of a sudden, the Muta, who was trying her best to block out the sounds, all of a sudden she let out a painful screech, and then she charged at the soldiers. The soldiers tried to shoot her, but then it toppled on one, and then it sliced it until the soldier was lifeless. Briar and the others gasped with horror. Oh man, this isn't good, Nai said. Oh my, Shiro said. Whoa, they really are dangerous, Luffy said. That's kind of creepy. See, I told you. Oh man, don't let it see us. All of a sudden, the Muta turned to the other soldiers, and then she managed to slaughter them all with her raging anger and her superhuman strength. Nobody could even know if she was even human, or even an animal, if she was one. It was the most shocking thing for anyone else to see. Ah, we're dead now, Natsu cried, and they were right. Muta heard the screeching and turned to Briar and the others. Briar glared at Natsu. Now you done it! What do we do now? Rin said. Well, there's only one thing to do at a time like this, Briar said. She stood there for a moment, but then cried out, Run! And they all ran. Wait, why aren't we gonna fight it? Because if we tried to, she's a lot more stronger. But you got your powers. Yeah, they're immune to our powers too. Why didn't you say anything? Natsu cried. Well, I just did. Come on, keep running. They ran and ran. Meanwhile, the prince was wandering about when they heard the commotion. However, Briar didn't see where she was going, and the others realized they were crashing into the young man. Josephat reacted. "Ah!" he cried. They all bumped into each other. Boy, they were in a heap on the floor, on the cold street ground. Briar realized who she hit. She sat up. "Oh my God, are you all right?" Briar said. Josephat brushed the dust off him from his arms and his legs, even his knees. "It's all right. I'm fine," he said. "I have a little bit of a bump on the head, but I'm all right," he said. "I'm so sorry. Briar started to say, but then Amuta appeared and was about to charge. Suddenly, Josephat rose to his feet quickly. "Pardon me." Josephat turned to the Muta. "Hold on! You're gonna get yourself hurt," Briar said. "It's all right. I can handle it," said Josephat. "No, I'm not kidding. That thing's gonna shred you into pieces," Briar said. But Josephat didn't even listen. As the Muta was charging, and just before it could attack, Josephat grabbed its wrist and all of a sudden was crushing her wrist. The Muta cried out in pain. Josephat was shocked to see this, as he had never had such strength himself. How in the world? He wondered. What the heck? Briar said. Oh my goodness. I didn't even know I had that within me. The Muta tried biting and clawing Josephat, but Josephat wouldn't even let go. Listen to me. What is the matter with you? What is with this animalistic behavior of yours? Said Josephat. The Muta didn't even speak, but then she looked at him with pleading eyes to let her go. And Josephat did, but then instructed to her, Go, please. Don't hurt anyone else anymore. I'm warning you, he said. The Muta looked at Josephat for a moment, and then she left. Once the Muta had wandered away, Briar hugged Josephat. Oh, you saved our lives, thanks, Briar said. Oh, it was the least I could do. I just wanted to help out, that's all, he said. Well, come on, we'll treat you, all of us. And actually, we have a pretty good cook that can make you something nice and yummy, Briar said. Really? Then, okay. My stomach is rumbling so much, I don't think I had anything to eat. Well, we're not gonna let someone like you be all hungry. Come on, let's go, Briar said, and off they went, not knowing that Josephat was really a prince. Hallelujah! That is the end of this podcast. But stay tuned. Find out what happens in the next point of view chapter of Briar Devlin. Alright, see you guys next time. I'm Catherine Donovan. Bye-bye.